Hello everybody. So through this session we'll continue the literature and scene passages. So today's chapter is Tea from Assam and the very first paragraph is this one. So these are the questions following. So after reading the paragraph carefully we will try to attempt these questions. So the very first question is, what was Rajveer looking at? So from the paragraph we can see here, first of all, Pranjul was reading the detective novel, and Rajveer also is a fan of detective stories, but at that moment he was not interested in reading, he was looking at the beautiful scenery outside. So we'll write down, Rajveer was looking at the beautiful scenery outside. Likewise, the second question is, what kind of a scenery was it? So definitely it was a very beautiful scenery, and it was the green and green outside totally. We'll write down, the scenery was very beautiful. There was greenery everywhere. Next question is, what was there as far as the eye could see? So the tea bushes only were there as far as the eye could see. We'll write down, there were tea bushes as far as the eye could see. Next question is, what was there in the distance? So in the distance there was an ugly building with smoke billowing out, coming out from its tall chimney. So we'll write down, in the distance there was an ugly building with smoke coming out of its chimney. Last question is also there, like, find a word from the passage which means spread. So in this third paragraph here only, this word stretched is actually the same meaning of spread. So we'll directly write down here, stretched only. Likewise, second paragraph is there. So after reading this paragraph carefully, we will try to attempt these questions only. And the very first question here is, what kind of water did the Chinese emperor drink? So the Chinese emperor was in the habit that he used to drink boiled water always. We directly write down, he drank boiled water. Likewise, second question is there. What happened when a few leaves of the twigs fell into the water kept for boiling? So clearly, when one day the few leaves of the twigs burning under the pot fell into the water, they gave it a delicious flavor. So we clearly write down, the water got a delicious flavor. Likewise, third question is also there. So next question is, why did Bodhidharma cut off his eyelids? So he cut off his eyelids because he felt sleepy during meditations. So directly write down he cut off his eyelids because he felt sleepy during meditations. Likewise, fourth question is also there. Next question is what banished sleep? So definitely these eyelids which were cut off by Bodhidharma, they turned into tea plants only, and tea plants grew out of that. And these leaves, when put in hot water and drunk, it banished sleep. So we'll write down the tea leaves when put in hot water and drunk, banished sleep. Likewise, last question here is find a word from the passage which means tasty. So definitely the word delicious means tasty. So we directly write down the word delicious here. Moving towards the third paragraph, this one. So after reading the paragraph carefully, we'll try to attempt these questions given after that. So the very first question is who cut off his eyelids and why? So the chapter is small here, so repeated also. However, Bodhidharma, Buddhist ascetic, he cut off his eyelids. And why? Because he felt sleepy during meditations. We lie down. Bodhidharma cut off his eyelids because he felt sleepy during meditations. Likewise, second question is there. What kind of plants grew out of eyelids? So definitely tea plants grew out of the eyelids. We'll clearly write down that tea plants grew out of the eyelids. So next question is when was tea first drunk in China and when did it come to Europe? So here it is written that tea was first drunk in China in as far as 2700 BC and it came to Europe only in the 16th century. So we'll write down tea was first drunk in China in 2700 BC. Then tea came to Europe in the 16th century. So next question is what purpose was tea drunk in Europe for? So in Europe it was drunk more as a medicine than as a beverage. So we'll write down tea was drunk in Europe as medicine. Likewise, last question is there. So the first find from the passage word that means a story from the past that may or may not be true. So the definitely this is legend. So we here only we can write down legend Any type of drink except water, so this is definitely beverage only. So we'll write down directly. For first is legend, and for second it is definitely beverage.